Everyone tells you the same financial advice: save your money, cut your spending, skip the coffee, be responsible. And if you do that for 30 years, maybe you retire comfortably. But there's one uncomfortable truth nobody talks about. Saving money alone will never make you rich, because saving is not a wealth strategy, saving is survival. Saving feels responsible, it feels disciplined, it feels safe. And that's exactly why the system promotes it so heavily. Banks encourage saving accounts, schools teach budgeting and saving. Financial advice channels repeat the same message over and over again. But think about what saving actually means. Saving means taking money you already earned and storing it somewhere. That's it. Saving does not multiply money, saving does not create new income, saving simply protects what already exists. And the uncomfortable reality is that inflation slowly destroys savings over time. Every year prices rise, every year your money buys less. So while people believe they are protecting their future, their money is actually losing power quietly in the background. Let's take a look at a simple example. Imagine someone saves £500 a month. That sounds disciplined, that sounds impressive. Over 10 years, that's about £60,000 saved. But during that time, rent increases, food prices rise, energy bills climb, property prices explode. So even though that person saved £60,000, the world around them become far more expensive. Saving helped them survive, but it didn't move them ahead. Here's the deeper truth. The financial system does not rely on savers becoming wealthy. It relies on workers staying stable. Saving money keeps people responsible. Saving keeps people cautious. Saving keeps people attached to security. When your entire financial plan is based on protecting what you already have, you become afraid to take risks. You avoid starting businesses. You avoid investing in opportunities. You avoid uncertainty. And the system quietly rewards that behavior because cautious workers make stable employees. There's a massive difference between saving money and building wealth. Saving protects income, wealth multiplies income. Saving stores money, wealth creates more money. The wealthy rarely focus on saving alone. They focus on assets, businesses, investments, ownership, things that grow while they sleep. Saving money is useful, but saving without ownership will always hit a ceiling. Saving also creates a psychological trap because when someone spends years building savings, they become afraid to lose it. That fear makes people extremely cautious. They stop taking chances, they avoid opportunities, they protect the savings instead of expanding it, and slowly their financial life becomes about defending money instead of growing it. There is another problem with saving money that most people never think about: inflation. Every year, the cost of living quietly increases. Groceries cost more than they did last year, transport and fuel become more expensive, utility bills slowly rise, property and rent become harder to afford. But your savings don't grow at the same speed. So while people feel responsible putting money aside every month, the value of that money is slowly shrinking. If inflation is 4% and your savings account earns 1%, you're not actually growing your money. You're losing purchasing power every single year. That means someone can spend 10 or 20 years carefully saving money, only to discover that the world around them became far more expensive. Saving protected the money, but it didn't protect their future. There's another hidden cost to saving too much money: opportunity cost. Every pound sitting idle in a bank account is a pound that isn't working. It isn't invested, it isn't building a business, it isn't buying assets that could grow over time. Money sitting still might feel safe, but safety often comes with a hidden price. Because the most powerful force in finance isn't saving, it's growth. When money is invested into assets, it has the potential to multiply. But when money simply sits in a savings account, it does nothing. And over long periods of time, doing nothing can be incredibly expensive. Saving money is not bad. Everyone should have savings. But believing that saving alone leads to wealth is one of the biggest financial myths in modern society. Because wealth has never come from storing money. Wealth comes from ownership: ownership of businesses, ownership of assets, ownership of systems that generate income. Saving protects you, but ownership changes your life.